From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Well, happy Sunday to you all. Hope your weekend is treating you quite nicely so far, despite the fact that we're in the middle of a heat wave. Yes, we're about halfway through the heat wave. We've got one more hot day, and then temperatures should start to drop after that. But we're also tracking, the potential for thunderstorms, not only for the mountains, but even the valley. We'll take a look at that here in just a second on Futurecast. But next week doesn't look to be quite as hot. So your planner, another hot day. 110 degrees plus for most of us in the valley. Although as you head south, Chico, about 108 degrees. In the mountains, kind of hovering around the 100-degree mark, give or take, depending on where you are. So some places upper 90s, other places just a little over 100 degrees. Still looking at the mainly sunny skies. Now the trend is calling for, at least in the valley, to peak this weekend. That's the heat wave. Now, Monday will be the transition day. Still rather hot to start off the work week, at least in the valley, but we will see a more noticeable drop. Temperatures hovering in the lower 100s here through most of next week, even into next weekend, but no major heat waves in the forecast at this point. And that's all thanks to this heat driving itself back down over the desert southwest, and our temperatures start to drop. And as long as we have these storm systems and these troughs of low pressure over the Gulf of Alaska, you can see this one kind of shifts up to the north and another one kind of reinforcing coming in behind that. That's important because if we didn't have these here, this ridge would have no problem building right on top of us and we'd be looking at these prolonged heat waves. So we can be very lucky and grateful that this cooler air is up here, keeping this hotter air at bay, if you will. Now, I want to talk about the chance for thunderstorms because they're in there. Not necessarily for your Sunday today, but notice as we go into late tonight and early tomorrow morning. We're seeing, this is midnight tonight as a matter of fact. You see how we're seeing the thunderstorms begin to develop even for parts of the valley. And then it looks like it's going to barely just clip Siskiyou. So most of the thunderstorms, I think, will be in this region here, the valley and in the eastern and into Modoc County. So as we take you into about 6 a.m., it's all pretty much past. And we're looking at dry conditions through the day on Monday. And that monsoon moisture responsible for those thunderstorms, at least the moisture source for that thunderstorm activity, moves on out and we see things dry out again around here. And it looks like hot conditions as well. So for your Sunday, 111 degrees for Redding, 110 for Red Bluff, 108 for Chico. You get the idea. We've got the second half of the heat wave to contend with, and even for the mountains. Temperatures in the upper 90s to a little over 100 degrees for most of us. We take a look at your 7-day forecast, and we are seeing that drop. And I have also included the chance for thunderstorms for tonight in the Alturas area and Susanville area. Most likely not in Mount Shasta. And then there you can see those temperatures dropping. We're back down in the 90s across the board in the higher elevations. Now, for the valley, everyone in the valley has a chance for thunderstorms tonight. Otherwise, just some scattered showers. And then you can see temperatures starting to drop next week, but still rather hot. We're still about 103 for Redding on Tuesday, 101 for Red Bluff and Chico, and kind of hovering around 100 degrees or just slightly above that here through the end of next week and even as we go into next weekend.